Race and Rescue line has really knocked it out of the park when it comes to 2-packs. We've gotten 3 in total, with each of them including at least one exclusive release. One came with Rally Race McQueen, one came with Rally Race Danny, and this one includes 2 exclusive items, including one of the most important cars to the entire toy line, Race and Rescue Sheriff, and one of the most interesting inclusions, Race and Rescue Adam Roadriguez. Sheriff is, of course, Sheriff is, of course, a car that you couldn't do this line without. Just like I said when I recently reviewed Red, super necessary item here. Of course, a Radiator Springs rescue line needs Sheriff and Red involved. Adam Roadriguez, meanwhile, is such a crazy out-of-left-field choice. Never in a million years would I think that we would get a variant of this guy right here. Adam Roadriguez is a background character we received for the Cars Diecast line back in 2023, based on the Cars on the Road episode Trucks, which is just a musical number showcasing a bunch of different types of trucks. When he released, though, people realized something really interesting. He was covered in race logos. See, it turned out that Adam Roadriguez was, like a lot of cars in that scene, simply a reused model from Cars 3. But while other characters that reappeared in the Trucks episode, like Tiny Lugsworth or even Miss Fritter, were modified to remove their logos and special things about them, Adam wasn't, meaning that Adam Roadriguez gets to be both a Cars on the Road background character and also a Cars 3 Piston Cup rescue vehicle at the same time. So while it seems strange to have a background character from a Cars on the Road musical number in the Race and Rescue line, it makes a whole lot more sense when you remember that he is also a Piston Cup emergency vehicle background character, just like Morgan Martin. So him being part of the Race and Rescue team makes a whole lot more sense. Now that I've justified that, I have to try to figure out a way to explain why Race and Rescue Kathy Copter makes sense. So that'll be fun when we get to her review. Anyway, guys, welcome back to yet another review and to our final Race and Rescue 2-pack review. Today, I'm very excited to be taking a look at Sheriff and Adam Roadriguez. So let's get started. What a crazy 2-pack, right? Crazy that these two are together. Again, this is such an obscure character. It's crazy to have a variant. But you know me, I love niche, obscure characters getting variants. So I kind of love this pack. And I also love when Sheriff gets variants because that is quite a rare occurrence. Not every day we get a new Sheriff, so always happy to see new variants of him. And again, this is a very useful, very necessary one for this line. We got the Radiator Springs Race and Rescue logo there, some nice artwork of these two, just modified off of their typical artwork, the big fiery explosion in the background, new for 2025, names there at the bottom, basically almost entirely covered up by the plastic. And on the back of the package, you could see this 2-pack, as well as the Chick and McQueen 2-pack, which I took a look at a few weeks back. Now, let's get these two guys out of the package. You know what? I actually don't need this on the side anymore because I actually know what my next review is going to be. Let me get that out. It is going to be this guy right here, Costanzo della Corsa, the final car for the Christmas haul. Very excited to open that guy up. I'm actually filming that right after this video. For those of you who didn't know, I've been pre-recording an absolute ton of videos over the past few days. I'm recording this on Sunday, the 16th. Yeah, I've been pre-recording videos so I could go on break. This is actually one of the final 3 videos I need to pre-record. This Constanza review and then the Kathy Copter review. Probably going to do them all back to back. I just finished recording episode 2 of Rescue Crew, and in the Sarge video, which for you guys uploaded yesterday, right before I started filming this, my review of Race and Rescue Red came up. It just uploaded. In the Sarge review, I made a joke that, because I'm recording these out of order, I don't know what'll come next, so I put that on the wall instead. Yeah. All right. Here we have Sheriff out of the package. We'll take a look at him first. As with all of the Race and Rescue cars, he's been given a brand new expression, different from typical Sheriff, and it looks really, really great. What a great in-character expression for Sheriff. It's very, very uncommon for us to get new Sheriff expressions. Typically, they're either this or this, but you see both of his eyelids, so he's squinting a bit more. But here we have a bit of a more inquisitive Sheriff, a very in-character face for him. I would absolutely love to see faces like this on more Sheriff variants in the future. Crazy to say, but it's easily the most expressive Sheriff face we've ever gotten. And all it really did was lift one of his eyelids a little bit. Unfortunately, like all your Thailand sheriffs, we don't have this nice shiny silver front sheriff. It's a bit of a duller color, much like what we saw with Race and Rescue Red. All these references to Red, because again, I literally filmed that 2 days ago and it went up 15 minutes before I started filming this. Pre-recording's crazy, guys. On the hood, we've got the Radiator Springs Race and Rescue logo. I really like how it looks here, done in yellow and black to match Sheriff's Police badge. It's also a bit shiny, glossy, very cool. And speaking of which, it does actually replace Sheriff's Police badge on either side. I don't know how that works out for him legally, but it's cool to see here. Another really cool detail is his wheels actually have an additional ring of color on them. Instead of just white wall tires and silver wheels, we have a ring of yellow here. Insanely cool that they went out of their way to add that. Say what you will about the Race and Rescue line. It certainly has its faults, and it certainly has quite a few problems and weird choices in it, but they really did go out of their way to give all these cars some really good additional details. We've got the sheriff writing down there, the rescue written here, and we also have this white section with yellow stripes, very similar to the stripes we see at the back of a lot of other cars in this line, like Mater, Red, Sarge, and Adam Roadriguez has them as well. So many of the rescue vehicles do this. They all have stripes in some capacity, and it's really cool to see how they all match in different ways. One thing that I really was confused by when I took a look at this guy's the Mini Racer and the color changer, both of which I reviewed a couple months back now, I was really confused about this section, why this part of Sheriff's back is white and these two parts are white, but they don't connect. Like, what's the point with that, right? Well, now I realize that it's his trunk door. So, yeah, this is kind of the spacing between the trunk door and the rest of the body. But I don't get why we couldn't have just painted this whole section white, because it does look kind of strange. It also looks strange to have the yellow parts just awkwardly cut off there. I think maybe we should have connected all of this in white and maybe had the stripes carry over. Or if not, have a way to make them more naturally conclude, because they do look just kind of strange. It makes the back look weird. It makes the side look weird because, yeah, you have this part in white and then it cuts off and then there's another white part and they don't line up. I don't know. Strange choice there. I don't know why they did it other than maybe because it's his trunk door. But yeah, I would have liked to see, I don't know, a bit more consistency there, I guess. Instead of Sheriff being written here, Race and Rescue is, which is another nice touch. We, of course, have his Carburetor County 001 license plate, just like Red's 002. There's a look at the other side, and there is a look at the base. Yeah, very, very necessary item. Just like what I said when I reviewed Red, I think it's great that this item is only kind of subtly different from Sheriff, right? Since Sheriff is already a police car, he already fits into that rescue theme very well, they didn't have to make major sweeping changes to his design. So they made modifications to fit him in with Race and Rescue by giving him the logos, giving him the stripes and the rescue and Race and Rescue writing and all that. And it comes together to make a really great item that isn't super different from normal Sheriff, but is just different enough and fits the line very well. I think the same could be said about Adam Roadriguez, another car that is already a rescue vehicle. He is quite similar to his regular diecast, the biggest change being all of the logos swapped out for Race and Rescue ones and the addition of yellow as the accent color, just like the rest of the Race and Rescue cars, or the rest of the Red Race and Rescue cars, instead of white, which is the accent color on his original design. A lot of the Race and Rescue cars have these stripes on them and very similar designs with the Race and Rescue writing and everything. Although one of my biggest complaints about their design is I kind of wish they matched better. The stripes go in different ways and are different colors based on the cars. And while I do like that, and I like that it allows each of the cars to keep their own typical, usual visual identity, I also just really like how well Mater, Red, and Adam match. All of them are red, similar shade of red. They all feature these same yellow stripes on the back. It's just really nice to see how well they line up together. Anyway, shockingly, Adam actually does have a different facial expression. Kind of crazy, but they really stuck to giving everyone in this line a different face from their normal variant, and that is really, really cool. Adam was also given a much brighter shade of red, matching the other Race and Rescue cars, and even his light bar has been changed to more yellow than red. These two definitely work as variants of the same character, but I could also totally see them being two different members of different rescue teams, which I think is just really, really nice. On the side here, we've got the Radiator Springs Race and Rescue logo, the typical one a lot of these cars have in its typical color schemes. The 209 writing, same as the writing on the original variant. The silver on Adam has been replaced with the dark blue accent color we see on other items like Red and Mater on their rims as well. And we've got some nice yellow wheels, a contrast to the gray on the original Adam. We got these stripes and these stripes back there, as well as the rescue writing. This roof up here is unfortunately not as shiny as it was on the original, just like I was saying with Red and with Sheriff, a bit duller than some of the other variants. While the back is very different, wow. The original says keep back, race, fire, and rescue. Here, it's all just replaced with the race and rescue logo, all in a very, very bright yellow, which matches perfectly with the stripes. Very, very cool to see that. We also have a little race and rescue logo underneath the door, perfectly put right halfway down the middle. So if you open one door, it would lift one R, and if you open the other, it would lift the other R. I really like that. What a fun little satisfying detail there. The silver, once again, replaced with dark blue and very similar hazard stripes. All the dirt detailing on the original Adam is gone, which I think was definitely the right touch for this variant. And not gonna lie, the dirt on the original was quite a bit much. See, we got a 2022 copyright since this guy is a model. It was first used in 2023. I don't know. A lot of the cars on the road diecasts, Adam included, look great, but so many of them went way overboard with the dirt detailing. I think for this line, it doesn't make sense to remove it since he has a very pristine rescue vehicle look. There you have it, guys. Sheriff and Adam Roadriguez, definitely the strangest lineup of items together in the Race and Rescue line. Both of these cars are exclusive, and this is one of those items I genuinely recommend to you, even if you're not a fan of the Race and Rescue line. These are both some really well-designed characters, a variant of a Radiator Springs character who rarely gets variants, and a variant of a character who will definitely never get a variant of again. Like, come on. We're never going to see another Adam Roadriguez. I really like how this helps the line come together, really. These both look really good, and I think they both look really, really good with the rest of the Race and Rescue cars. We've been reviewing a lot of Race and Rescue lately, and now we only have one item left. I am very excited to be finishing the collection with one of our next reviews, one of the most interesting cars in this line, Race and Rescue Cathy Copter. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this review. Let me know what you think about these items in the comments. Personally, I genuinely really love these. I've been very critical on a lot of the Race and Rescue cars, but these two both look so good, I think. They change just enough to look good with some great new expressions, and they're just such fun character choices. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.